not to have a straightforward red. The red is on with the rest, and
40.
looking at the angle, he can play around the back of the black to come out for blue or green. Obviously, a similar shot to the one in baulk. He can play for yellow or green off that red. If this goes in, this will be an excellent chance. It helps when you don't have to play with any side on there, just a natural playing ball shot.
15.
Very unusual for these top class players to miss a shot like that. If you had to play with any side, of course it makes it difficult, but playing ball, no problem. Just having a little look at the angle to see whether it's worth playing into the pink, but may play with the red next to the black. Yeah, that was his problem. The pink was just that little bit away from the pack that made the contact on the pink.
20.
That time he needed to hit it half ball, he hit it full ball. So it's gone straight. See, with that pink being just off its spot, well, actually he can go around the pink there. He probably played into the pink. That looks like end of break, and he has to cover the red in baulk with a green. He's thinking of playing twice across, but of course he's got to be very careful he doesn't make contact with the red or the green in playing that. He'd like to leave the white tight on the cushion behind the green spot. My colleague Ken's put that line up that I suggested playing, but you can see there's a little bit of element of difficulty in that. Okay, there's no problem avoiding the kiss on the blue, but you've played a little bit too much right hand side, you can kiss the red. So he's got to find that gap that Ken's put up. And there's the problem. That was always going to be a problem. And in fairness,
Selby, 20.
for somebody of Selby's class, that was very poor because it was a big target.
But you're right, sometimes you can just flick a little bit too much side, a little bit of right hand side there, and what's worse is he's left this red. Big opportunity for Davy Morris now to get a few points on the frame.
One. Six.
Yeah, he's going to take this red, drop it in. Take the black and try and free the red away from the black as well. His next shot.
7.
Now if you can pot the black, the red may still go past the black spot into the same pocket. He doesn't have the angle to do that, so it's not the greatest shot he's ever played. He's left this pot down the rail, but he's going to be hampered by the black now, and this is more difficult than it should have been.
Yes, it's essential this time, isn't it? Once he gets rid of the red above the black spot, it's pretty plain sailing for the next 30 or 40 points. But until he
15.
gets rid of that one, he's going to be hampered. This is really a must-win frame for David. You couldn't fancy him from 5-4 behind. You can certainly fancy him from 5-4 in front. Hit that one a little bit thick.
Yep.
Yeah, he got a heavy contact there, didn't he? Just watch the black jump. Took the pace out of the cue ball.
22.
He's still okay, he's still in position, but I'd like to be in. Sometimes when you get a kick in this situation, because there's already enough pressure on it, just gets you a little bit more jittery at times.
23.
He's overrun that. Onto the red at the bottom of those
30.
three, just below the pink and above the black. He's overrun it by quite some margin.
That's for about the 5th or 6th time in this match, Ken, isn't it?
And that's what the little bit of pressure does. You tend to sometimes either over hit the ball or under hit the ball. It's just a little bit of tension in the back arm. And certainly Davey is feeling it a little bit more out there now.
$31.
Doesn't pot into the corner pocket, so he's going to require this mid-range blue. No, that'll make him feel an awful lot better now. More good pot here.
36.
He cued that in lovely, didn't he? Right into the heart of the pocket. One more good shot here.
$37.
Anything but straight. That's a little bit careless really there, David. You should have come round and looked at the angle there, because the one at the back of the pack will pot in the opposite corner to the pocket he's playing the black in. But he doesn't have an angle now unless he punches it round 2 cushions. You see the little nod of his head there, his disapproval at the previous shot. He's just got that slight angle, so I don't know whether he's trying to punch it round or screw back. Played for the one in the middle. Well, so we can only look on and hope that last
44.
positional shot could cause David to struggle with this next red. This is the key shot now. 24 points in front. If this red goes in and gets nicely on a colour, the next 3 reds and 3 colours will be pretty straightforward. And that'll virtually take him past the winning line in this frame and lead 5-4. So this is really key moments in this match. Well done.
45.
That was a lot better pot than it looked. He's finished absolutely perfect as well. A chance now to lead 5-4.
$50.
Points ahead, so as you said, Willie, 3 reds and 3 colours here. You won't need those 2 difficult reds on the side cushion.
51.
Just a little bit of movement in the crowd. Obviously people can watch all 4 tables from in the crowd. Of course, if they're watching a match that's a frame has just finished, there's always a little bit of movement there. So David quite rightly just taking a step back. This is a huge frame for Dave Morris.
57.
Quick glance at the score. Just trying to compose himself.
58.
He's doing it again there. That's once again careless not to get a better angle than this. He's got to be careful in this situation. You've got to put your player out of the game when you get chances in open play like this. So a little bit to do to get onto the last red, or the last remaining loose red. Good recovery.
Played it well.
65.
So this is frame ball. Yeah, another glance at the scores from Davey. 45 ahead, 51 remaining.
It's 66.
Good, very well composed break. He's taken these with great aplomb.
$72.
Mark may come
David
back
Morris,
to the table.
72.
52 ahead with only 43 on the table. And barring snookers, Davy Morris takes a 5 frames to 4 lead.
No heroics with this one. He'll just try and play it at a pace to make sure the pocket's got every chance to take it. It's been a good performance from David Morris. I mean, as Ken mentioned, not having too many TV appearances, and he's adapted pretty well. He's made breaks of 53, 44, 45 and 126. So that's not bad at all.
Oh, great effort. Almost. Almost an excellent shot.
The reason Ken says almost another 2 inches, he couldn't have gone off this one cushion. The fact that they can almost see the red direct, but another 2 inches of pace, this would have been tough to hit. But obviously, as you can see there, he can play the pot. I decided to play the cross double safety, and of course, you never at ease with someone like a Selby or John Higgins or even Crafty Ken next to me when you only need a couple of snookers. You never relax.
Yeah, particularly where the yellow and the brown are situated as a big target down that area. And Max Selby is very adept in this situation. That's a mistake. Maybe he would like to get this frame over as quickly as possible, but he's going to have to sweat a little bit now.
Absolutely, red, black, and then snooker, and then he'll start to sweat if he gets right in behind that yellow and brown after the next 3 shots. He could get right back into the frame here, Selby.
1.
Well, can you believe it? I'm
Mark
sure
Selby.
Mark Selby will nod in defeat in that frame, and it's a strange scoreline. This David Morris has won up with 2 to play. He goes into the next frame, leading by 5 frames to 4. Okay, and this could be the first major shock of this tournament.
Yes, he's put himself in a good position, hasn't he, David Morris? Both players are a bit jittery at the beginning, but he certainly rose to the challenge. And that was a wonderful little break in that last frame. 72 from David Morris, but it was well put together. He had a few positional shots. He wasn't in position all the way through the break, but certainly pulled out some great pots to keep the break going, and he'll be feeling really good now. He's getting excited in there.
Frame 10. Mark Selby to break.
So Max Selby breaks off, 1 down, 2 to play. Yeah, certainly am. He's up. Delighted for Davey, and there's another great pot, but delighted the way he's performed today, and this will give him great confidence for the rest of the season, whatever the result. But he has a great opportunity now. One good positional shot here. Possibly red just behind the black. It's possibly the favourite. If he has an angle to get down that far. If he can some way get the cue ball down to that circle, just to get that red just below the black, that would certainly open things up for him. He's got into it too much. Almost got on it into the opposite.
4.
Decided he didn't have the angle to come down the side. I presumed he could, but tried to come down the opposite side and have that red into the opposite corner pocket, but just got into the cue ball a bit too much there. So just a safety, you would say. Not sure he'd go for this red. It's very, very awkward.
It's one of those, if he plays it plain ball, you'd fancy him potting it, but he didn't fancy it because he knows if he plays it plain ball slowly, he'll leave it over the pocket should he miss it. But I'm surprised he's not taking this on. You don't get too many opportunities when you're playing a player of Mark's class to get a sizable lead in any sort of frame, and he's refused that. And that could be to his detriment in a few seconds' time. But he's played a decent safety. And the fact that Mark's played a poor safety and left the cue ball in the middle of the table, David Morris should get the advantage now. I think he can get through to the potting angle of this red, but I'm not too sure whether he can avoid the kiss on the black. Well, he couldn't, but he decided to go all out for it, and that's a little unlucky.
1. Brown. David Morris 1.
It's very unlike Mark Selby to not find the ball cushion in the safety exchange. One of the very, very best safety players in the game. So we're taking this on. Doesn't have to play with any sort of side, just play it plain ball. Now then, has he got a good kiss or a bad kiss? He's got a bad kiss. That's amazing, isn't it? Just when you needed something to happen for you. Okay, you're still in control of the table, but boy, you'd have preferred to be playing a colour than playing a safety. I mean, this kiss here, if it kisses the quarter ball rather than full ball, he'd have been on choice of colours.
David Morris 1.
It's not a bad shot. I would have loved to be a little bit tighter to the green. He's got the snooker. He's misjudged that by a long way. And what's he left? This red may pot into the left-hand corner pocket. Well, has he got the gap to hold for the black? Well, the red clearly goes, but does he have enough of? Can he get into the cue ball to try and hold it? He could play the little cannon if he could pot this red. Play a little cannon just on that red there. Yeah, if you can just avoid the red, not the red he's playing, but just the one below there, and try and just stun it over to that red and be onto the black into the opposite corner pocket.
Even if he plays it slow, Ken, to make sure he gets the gap, he can play just a little slow stun through that gap. He doesn't have to play it pacey. And he's certain to be on the black. Well, that's a strange choice of shot. Okay, he might still be on a colour, but he's given himself a little bit more to do here. But this is a great chance now to win frame and match.
Three.
You can just drop this red into the centre, up for the pink. Or he can hold it for a ball colour if he wishes.
Yeah. 4.
What an excellent opportunity now. Couldn't have wished for a better opportunity. A couple of deep breaths. Not many times Davy Morris would have been in this position to knock out a world champion out of the Royal UK Championship this year. Big tournament, big match. Big pressure.
Yes, there's pressure in every game you play, but when you're playing the current world champion and one of the top seeds in the game, and obviously one of the favourites to win this title, that pressure gets bigger and bigger. And this would, I would imagine, be the biggest scalp of his career. OK beat Judd Trump in one of the PTCs by 4 frames to 2 last year, but this is by far and away bigger than that.
11.
May be able to get through the gap there for a choice of 2 reds if he wishes here. He's gone just outside it, but still okay. I'm sure the black pots into the bottom right hand corner pocket.
70.
Already 23 points ahead. This is looking
18.
ominous now for Mark Selby.
It's a big test, isn't it, to hold himself together?
We know
25.
he's become a father only a couple of weeks ago, and that may have taken
26.
a little bit of his edge away coming into this tournament. It may have just sometimes does, but take nothing away from the way Davy Morris has played.
Like I said, I've been impressed with Davy Morris. There's just a couple of departments in his game he just needs to tighten up a little bit, because he's given Mark plenty of chances, but when he's found chances himself, he's scored. This is an excellent opportunity now.
34.
40 points in front and 3 more reds, 3 more colours. He's in the next round. I
41.
didn't see this one coming, Kim.
No, well, we always knew he had potential. Well, it's just been a slow time coming, but he's a hard worker. He works hard at his game, and he certainly deserves this the way he's played today. There's no doubt about that.
$42.
A little bit short with the cue ball there.
Well, at the moment, Kenny doesn't look frightened to
48.
win this match. Usually players tend to take a little bit more time and try to be ultra careful not to make a silly mistake, but he's looking very good at the moment.
Oh, he's got a horrendous kick
49.
there. Well, it hasn't taken too much out of the cue ball. He's still on the black.
It's unusual, isn't it, to get a kick that actually does you a favour. Without that kick, he may have finished a little bit low, but he's actually finished perfect.
55 ahead. So it's just this black. And Davy Morris has caused the biggest upset so far in this championship. Well played, Davy Morris.
Amazing. This is really a top-class performance from Davy Morris.
56.
I haven't seen too much of him, but what I've seen today, I'm pretty impressed.
57.
Been a barrage of breaks since we came back. There's been a 60 above in every frame in this second session.
64.
He made 72 breaking the previous frame to lead 5-4. 71 and counting
65.
to actually win the match now. Very well played. Well, Mark Selby is going to enjoy his Christmas with his new family. He'll be very disappointed to have gone away from this major championship, the
73.
second biggest tournament we have. We lost to a player that's seated a long, long way behind him. But, you know, it's been a great season for Mark. It's been obviously the World Championship last year was the climax, and he'll be disappointed, but he'll be coming back a stronger player at the Masters in the new year.
79.
And David Morris make his second century this match, his fourth of the season. That one's nowhere near. Mark Selby, the gentleman, shakes his hand. David Morris must be absolutely delighted. He knocks one of the best players in the world out of this tournament, the current world champion, and goes into the next round, winning by 6 frames to 4. Well, for our Red Button viewers, I hope you've enjoyed the afternoon's play with Ken and myself. Join us again at 7 o'clock when more snooker to come.